We're on day 5. This is tying it all together. As a recap, right? We identified a market, we sourced some deals, we underwrote and analyzed some P&Ls. Thursday, we made some connections, some vital connections yesterday we made. And today we're tying it all together and going to put an LOI in. I want to recap just yesterday real quick because I got a couple of calls from property managers. I dropped one in there. I owe you guys another one. And I had some great conversations. One with this guy named Bruce, who has 30 years of experience as a property manager in Bowling Green. He was the owner when, you remember when that woman said, hey, I think you need to talk to the owner, Bruce Spence. So Megan told me I need to talk to the owner. The owner called me back, and Bruce, 30 years of experience, and I'm meeting with him on Thursday. Do you think do you think I'm going to get schooled? I'm planning on going up there and just being a sponge. I'm going up there green as green and just going to be a sponge. This guy's got 30 years of experience in Bowling Green as a property manager. I mean, I'm just going to soak up everything, the ins and outs, the good, the bad, the ugly, the places to be, places not to be. And we had a 15-minute conversation, and it was great. And I have next Thursday, I'm going up to Bowling Green, and I'm going to look at this complex that we're putting an LOI on. I'm going at 12 o'clock. I'm meeting with Bruce Spence. At 1 o'clock, I'm meeting with, who am I meeting with at 1 o'clock here? Let me pull up my calendar. At 1 o'clock, I'm meeting with Travis. You guys heard me talk to Travis at the American Bank and Trust, potential financier for this building or other buildings. He was the guy who's bullish on apartments in Warren County, which is the county the building's in. So I'm going to build a relationship with a local lender at a community bank in Warren County right after I have a meeting with a guy who's been a property manager for 30 years in Bowling Green. And then I'm meeting at 2 p.m. I'm meeting Wendy at Sky Property Management with it, which is another one. So next Thursday I'm doing, and all that came from yesterday. That was all from yesterday's activity. I'm recapping yesterday here. And I have a backup property manager behind them, which is Mike Simpson, a guy that I got, a referral that I got from Bruce. So he's my backup, but I have 2 great meetings with property managers. And what I'm going to do is this LOI is going out. We'll talk about the LOI here in a second. And I'm going to go through and take my game plan for this property up to these property managers and say, hey, is this realistic? Can you execute on this? Can you execute on this? Like, is this a realistic pro forma projection to think we can do this with the building? I'll tell you guys my number here on my LOI. I'll share with you guys how I came up with it. And you need to figure out if that's a realistic game plan for the property. And no better person to tell you that than somebody who's been there for 30 years doing the thing. Can we rent these units out for this price? Can we do this? Right. And that's all happening next Thursday. So I have a big day in my new market next Thursday. And I called back Abraham, the seller that we cold called on Tuesday. I called back Abraham and I didn't get him, but I left him a voicemail. I'm going to try him again today. And I have 2 other sellers that answered. So I'm also going to try on the tail end of those meetings. I'm actually going to try and still meet with Abraham, who's that seller, who's a big developer and has properties all in there, all in Bowling Green. And I have 2 others that I'm following up with aggressively from those 15 calls that I made on Tuesday. All that came from this week, right? So if I can meet with, do you guys think that's a powerful day? If I can go meet with that guy, the banker, another property manager, and a couple of sellers, what's going to come from that day? A wealth of information, all from the activity this week. So I hope you guys are doing this stuff with me. This is really powerful. Let's get into the LOI.